Hello, this is me, AOD Janice Mod, and this is a beta, but I'm not actually playing this right now. I just thought I'd do a commentary on it because I haven't done one quite recently for this particular levels that I'm doing here. So this is the TRAE menu hook, and what it does is it allows you to basically add in characters from different games. This one in this case is Angel Darkness. So if you ever wanted to play Tomb Raider Anniversary and wondered what Janice or Carvier, Curtis Trent looks like, this is it basically. So I thought I'd do this level because it's the one that had the secret in it, but I'm not going to. I wasn't going to do this secret. The one that's at the top of the room, we have to get. It's like a time pole thing, and it took me about 50 times to do it. So Janice having a hard time there. It's a hard day at the office. Actually, when you die, it doesn't put you straight on the character you want. You have to go and swap it back, which press, I think it's F. And yeah, I'm using the flying sheet there because I'm not climbing back up again to that. I mean, I could go to the top, but then what's the point doing the video? So trying to do it as Janice, but I'm not getting that there because there's a thing there. If you don't do it straight up, you have to do it a certain way, or she'll do either a very late grab or she'll miss that. And I thought that was something to do with the mod, and it's not. It's this level being built the way it is. It's slightly funny, bit annoying, to be honest. What can I say about Anniversary? I don't want to go on about ranting about this game, how it kind of follows the original game and then it doesn't, because it's a reimagining and it's not really a reboot, to be honest. Janice throwing in a little bit of the old variation into that. It didn't really work, did it? If it was real, what was this room for? I always say that on these levels. If this was real, what is this room for? It has a thing that goes up and down. So they built this room like 4,000 years ago. And it has a thing that goes up and down. Why does it have a thing that goes up and down? Doesn't make. And why is that thing going in and out? Why is the plat? See, it's one of those. Janice is lost on her because I did it. Good, well done, Janice. I won't be going over there because that's where the switch for the pole in the wall is, which is timed, so I'm not doing that particular thing. Crystal Dynamics are making the newest Tomb Raider game. They're working on it right now, this minute, because it was all bought. The Bracer Group bought it from Square Enix last year. I don't hold any hope that's going to be any good. I wanted them to remake the original games, but I don't think they're doing that. That would be like the most logical thing to do, is to go back to the original 5 core design era games, and even Angel Darkness, and remake them. Yeah, modern graphics, all of that, but that's not what they're doing. And they're still going with I don't know if Camilla Luddington's going to be involved in the voice, I don't know, but that whole kind of 2013 Rise and Shadow, it's that kind of thing. They're still kind of doing that with that similar Lara, as far as I know. So I'm like, why don't you just go back to basics? But they're not doing that. So everyone's doing stuff like this, like mods, trying to make levels with this, because there's apparently you can make a level with this kind of menu hook, but it's not straightforward. So I don't know if that's going to go anywhere, but doing stuff like this interests me more than a modern game, because if they make a modern game, I think it's going to be more or less the same thing as what they've been doing the last 10 years, really, which I'm not interested in any of that, really. This is a bit of fun. It's this bit here where you got to do this. Janice is a bit careful because she's wearing heels there, of course. She kept doing this thing where she kept yeah, ow, that's definitely, that'll kill you. This room here, it's this thing where you've got to do a grapple thing, and it's like, yeah, it's they mixed it up a little bit. Of course, I'm wearing the wrong skin there. When you die, you have to keep swapping it back. But yeah, the modern Tomb Raider, it's like they're making an animated thing. Apparently, I'm thinking. Someone put a video on YouTube, and I commented, and I said, I don't want them to make a animated movie. I don't want them to make films. I want them to make a decent game. And then I said something about it'll be the same diminutive, gigantic, horse-haired, cooing, mid-Atlantic, Mockney Cockney, Camilla Luddington, Square Enix era Lara with really kind of burnt out Crystal Dynamics. About 18 years nearly? Oh God. Let someone else have a go, for crying out loud. I know that was that Eidos Montreal. Janice, you're not... Ow, that would kill you. I'm ranting, it's a ranting video. 2023, and how many years are we away from the... Is it the 30th? 1996 was... we're 26, 27 years now. Makes you wonder if this new game coming up, it must be 2024. I think they're going to release it next year. It won't be this year. We're into what? Nearly June. So I don't think it'll be this year. It'll be next year, I would have thought. And if that doesn't do very well, and I wonder how well that's going to do. I don't know if it would have been worse if Microsoft had got it, to be honest, or even Sony. I don't know. But then you look at the Resident Evil remakes, and it's they're okay. I mean, I've not played them, and I'm not a fan of those, but it tends to be what I've seen is a lot of that thing going on where it's all cut scenes, like cinematics. And I don't know if they remade Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2. If Sony got it, they might well have done that. I don't know if it would be really good or not. I don't know. That thing with modern times, everything has like a thing that trends when a game is made in a given era. At the moment, it's all 4K motion capture cinematics. That's the thing that people like to see. Or at least that's the thing that kind of goes on. So I don't know if it'd be a game that plays itself with a lot of Lara talking. I don't know. So I don't know. I have views on Tomb Raider that might not be in step with what people like, but I like the older games more so than the newer games. And graphics aside, it's like, yeah, graphics are nice. I mean, of course, this game's got quite nice, modestly nice graphics. They weren't amazing, but Underworld had the nicest of the Legend of Heroes 3 Underworld. But the music, I downloaded the music for this game, and a lot of it sounds the same as a lot of anything else in the game. It's about maybe 4 tracks that I think are quite good. Plus the ambience is pretty good, reasonably good on these, but no, I think Underworld was better for the music. I do think that Danger Darkness, from my personal opinion, Danger Darkness was probably the best. Then I think Tomb Raider 3, then Tomb Raider 4. That's my personal, how I would rank the music. And Anniversary is like kind of the same music. That school of where they use kind of, it goes do 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 do, and then you get the kind of the voices, the chorusy voice thing going on, the kind of Greek thing, and then it's kind of every track sounds the same. This game didn't do very well. I don't know what the sales figures were, but it was one of the lowest selling games of the time. I don't know if it still is, I don't know. But sticking Janice in it makes it a really fun game. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, I'm a fan of AOD. A lot of people don't like AOD, and I'm thinking, go and play it. It's actually, with patches, it's actually playable. Got a really interesting story, really great music. Graphics for the time, not bad graphics, just it was a bit broken, but the game was broken. But I like AOD, and it's one that people go, oh, I don't like it, it was rubbish. I don't care for Legend. I admit that it was Legend was okay, and it needed a reboot anyway. It needed something, because after AOD didn't do very well, and it did do quite well, and that's like a big reason why I don't hate Legend. I just don't much care for it as a game. Anniversary, I couldn't stand the T-Rex and the Centaur, and you have to get the headshot, and I was never good at doing the headshot. I can't do it, and it relies on you being able to do that, and I can't do it, so I just couldn't get past the T-Rex at the time. But sticking in Angel of Darkness is like, yeah, I think this makes it a much more playable game, actually a much more interesting game. AOD Janice. Yeah, I actually looked up how they did this mod, and it was that they, sorry, that is about 3 people. They lifted these textures, the skins from the game, and converted them to fit on Lara Skellington, more or less. So they didn't remake the skins, they lifted them and then made them fit. So that's, what, 2 games into the past onto a completely different engine with a completely different Lara, and they made them fit. That's basically all they did. They didn't remake the skins, as far as I know, they just lifted them directly, which is very clever, because I didn't know you could even do that as an asset. Of course, a shadow there, it's not the original, it's not the anniversary Lara with Janice's body, it's actually the shadow matches, so that's, I don't know how they did that, how that works, I don't know. And the actual, there's a crunchy squishy noise, I don't know if I mentioned it in the previous one, because I'm dubbing these, a couple of these, out of order, but it's, Janice is taking up the doppelganger, the anniversary doppelganger. She hasn't got any skin, so that squishy, crunchy noise, but then they said they wanted to fix that in the mod readme, but I don't know if they'll get around to doing that. This is about 6 months to a year old, this mod, so this is that room where the stairs turns into a slidey thing, and this is another example of Crystal Dynamics following the original Tomb Raider 1, but they're not following it because it's reimagining it. And it's like, they took inspiration. Oh, Janice just died. These gremlin things do my head in. This is, yeah, this room, it's the one where she pulls the lever and it changes the stairs, and then there's a bit at the top. Originally a shimmy around the top, and there was another room. It's one of those, yeah, we'll not follow it, but we'll follow it type things. Oh, they should have gone down. What they really should have done is done a direct, same basic difference. Actually, I was confused about this room because I forgot what I had to do on it with this movable block thing. I was like, oh, I can't remember there's a lever, a gate. They didn't really improve. This problem with Anniversary is it doesn't really improve on the game of the original game. It just looks better with better graphics and better AI, but it doesn't actually improve the game as such. I remember being quite excited at the time, 2007, and I actually bought a number of magazines. I got a PlayStation gaming magazine. I'd never owned a PlayStation, and it had a feature in it about Anniversary. And then there was another PC magazine that I got, I think, and I remember playing the demo on my Pentium 4. You can just about manage the demo, which was where the waterfall is, the beginning of the Lost Valley with the mechanism with the cogs. And then I got the actual game a couple of years later, and I couldn't play it on my old PC. And finally, a couple of years after that, I could play it on a Corsair Duo. And then I was like, I got stuck on the T-Rex bit. And I was like, oh, you have to do the bloody headshot. I was like, oh god, no. I just put it away. I didn't touch it for like 5 years. So finding out there's all these mods and stuff is much more playable with the mods. Janice, what are we doing? Where are we going? Yeah, really great to see Angel of Darkness characters in it. I think there was a couple of other mods you can put Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, Lara of course, into it. So it's not just Angel of Darkness. I think what people are waiting for is a possibility of levels that you could, like the TRAE, which is Tomb Raider 1 through 4, Tomb Raider 5 even. And people could build levels and you can download them, but that doesn't really exist. Janice, you're gonna love this.